For most of the last 2 decades, Messi and Ronaldo have been compared, ranked, and argued about, but never truly tested against each other on football's biggest stage. Two players, 15 years of rivalry, and a World Cup bracket that could finally give us the final nobody thought was possible. This is the story of how Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo ended up on a collision course for the 2026 World Cup final. Both players made their World Cup debuts in 2006, within days of each other, though nobody expected they'd still be doing 20 years later. By 2014, they were the two most dominant players in world football. But that tournament ended in heartbreak for both. Messi lost the final with Argentina. Ronaldo's Portugal didn't even escape the group stage. In 2018, both teams were eliminated in the round of 16 on the very same day. Then came Qatar 2022. Messi finally won it, lifting the one trophy that had eluded him his entire career. Ronaldo's Portugal fell in the quarterfinals to Morocco. Many assumed his World Cup story was over. It wasn't. Between them, they've won 13 Ballon d'Or, more than every other player in history combined. Messi has scored more international goals for Argentina than any player in his country's history. Ronaldo is the all-time leading scorer in men's international football, with well over 100 goals for Portugal. For over a decade, whenever one of them broke a record, the other was usually chasing it. Now, at 41 years old, Ronaldo is playing in his 6th World Cup, and he's still writing history. In Portugal's second group match, he scored twice in a 5-0 win over Uzbekistan, becoming the first player ever to score in 6 different World Cups. Portugal stumbled at times, drawing with both DR Congo and Colombia, but did enough to advance as group runners-up. That draw sent them into the tougher side of the bracket, with no extra rest before the knockouts began. His road runs like this: Croatia in Toronto on July 2nd, then likely Spain in Arlington on July 6th. If Portugal survives that, a quarterfinal against co-host United States looms on July 10th in Los Angeles. Across the bracket, Messi is playing what many believe is his final World Cup, and playing like he knows it. At 39 years old, he's set a new record for career World Cup goal, and Argentina cruised through their group as one of the tournament's most dangerous teams. As defending champions, Argentina have made no secret of their intention to defend that title all the way to July 19th. Messi's road starts with Cape Verde in Miami on July 3rd, the biggest match in that nation's short World Cup history. From there, Argentina could face Switzerland, Algeria, Colombia, or Ghana before a likely quarterfinal in Kansas City. Here's where it gets interesting. After the group stage draw, Portugal and Argentina landed on opposite sides of the knockout bracket. That means there's only one way these two teams can meet again this tournament: in the final itself on July 19th. Both sides need to win 4 more matches in a row. Both need everything to go right. Every one of those matches is single elimination. One bad night, and the entire storyline disappears. Of course, football doesn't care about script. Injuries happen. Upsets happen. Croatia have made a habit of embarrassing bigger teams, and Cape Verde have nothing to lose. Either legend could be gone within days. That's part of what makes the next few weeks must-watch television. But for the first time in either of their careers, the bracket actually allows it. No World Cup final has ever featured both of them. This one still could. This World Cup already has its next generation waiting in the wing. Kylian Mbappe, Erling Haaland, and 18-year-old Lamine Yamal have been among the tournament's brightest stars. But even surrounded by that new generation, Messi and Ronaldo are still the two players everyone is watching. Maybe that's exactly why this final matters so much. It could be the last time either of them is the story. If it happens, it wouldn't just be a football match. It would be the final chapter of the greatest rivalry the sport has ever seen. Two players who spent almost 2 decades pushing each other to be better, meeting on the biggest stage in the sport for the only time in either of their careers. One of them would become a 2-time World Cup finalist. The other would be chasing a first title in what's almost certainly his last tournament. And if it happens, it will be the first time in 20 years of rivalry that these two share a World Cup pitch on the tournament's biggest night. There are no guarantees. Football rarely gives us the ending we want, but for the next 17 days, every match both teams play brings that possibility one step closer. Whatever happens, this is the closest these two have ever come to finishing their story together. We'll be tracking every result and every bracket update all the way to July 19th. Subscribe to follow the road to a final 15 years in the making.